Power lets Denji get a feel, but it feels strange and something falls off of her. Power reveals their pads that make her breasts bigger and lets him touch her 2 more times. She then boasts that it must have felt great and leaves the bathroom. Denji is left dumbstruck, wondering if that was really worth it. The next day, Denji doesn't have an appetite and goes patrolling with Power but is constantly spacing out and unmotivated. Later in the office, he signs some documents that Makima makes him sign, but she notices that he's feeling down and wonders what's on his mind. Denji explains he got what he always wanted, but it didn't feel great when he got it. He wonders if in the future when he wants something, if he will be more happy during the process of getting it than when he actually achieves it. Makima asks him what he means and Denji tells her that he touched a woman's breast for the first time and it didn't feel that good. Makima then takes his hand and tells him that she believes in intimate moments like that. The more you know the person, the better it feels. While playing with his hand, she tells him that he needs to look at the other person's hand, the length of their fingers, if their hand is cold or warm, the shape of their ears. She then bites his finger asking him if someone had bitten it before. She tells him to remember the feeling and even if he doesn't see, he can tell it's her from how hard she bites him. Makima places his hand on her chest. After a moment, Denji panics and falls on his back. Makima tells him that she has a request, and wants him to defeat the Gun Devil. She explains that the Gun Devil appeared 13 years ago in America, but his current location is unknown. It is a strong devil that every devil hunter dreams of defeating. She believes since Denji is special, he can kill it, and if he does, she will grant him one wish. Denji gets excited realizing that he can ask for anything, including dirty stuff. Makima shares that when devils appeared, people started using more guns, but that resulted in conflicts which caused even more people to be afraid of guns. Then there was a massive terrorist attack with guns in America, and that's when the Gun Devil appeared. During the terrorist attack, young Aki wanted to play catch with his father, but his father refuses as his brother Teo isn't feeling well and tells Aki to go and play alone. Teo decides he wants to play with Aki and goes out with him to play. Outside, Aki is annoyed at Teo and throws a snowball at him, telling him to not follow him, but Teo throws a snowball back at him. They throw several balls at each other. Teo feels his hands freezing and Aki, not wanting his brother to catch cold, tells him to go back inside and takes his gloves, so they can play catch. After Teo gets back inside the house, their house gets blown away with massive force. Makima explains that the Gun Devil had killed 1.2 million people within 5 minutes, and after that, the Gun Devil disappeared, but people's fear of devils increased, and so did the strength of the devils. To keep the Gun Devil's strength under control, they made a law that forbids people from keeping guns and limited news on cases that involve guns. Denji says that if he does his best, he should be able to defeat the Gun Devil. Makima then tells him that their first step will be to find the Gun Devil. She shows him some bullets, explaining that they are pieces of the Gun Devil's flesh. As the devil moves too fast, some pieces from his body burn and break off. When a devil eats a piece, it gets stronger due to the Gun Devil. Makima explains that the pieces stick together, and when they get big enough, they will go back to the original body. Meanwhile, Aki finds another piece from the Gun Devil, after killing the fish devil who ate it. Public safety gets a new mission. Someone saw a devil in Hotel Morin. Several civil devil hunters had died when they tried to kill the devil, and there is a strong chance that the devil ate one of the pieces of the Gun Devil. 6 devil hunters along with Denji are assigned to deal with the devil. Standing in front of the hotel and holding a piece from the Gun Devil, Aki confirms that the devil inside ate a piece too as his piece is reacting towards the hotel. Denji guesses that it may be the Gun Devil himself, but Aki disproves it, stating the reaction would have been stronger. Hirokazu doesn't trust Power and Denji, and Aki tells him that he doesn't need to as they will be the first to engage devils and they can always kill them if they decide to run away. Denji and Power wonder if Aki is grumpy due to the morning prank they made, but Aki gets even angrier, saying it wasn't even a prank. Himino tells him to not be hard on the kids. Denji agrees and states he didn't rest from fighting the Bat Devil and wants a reward. Himino then declares that whoever kills the devil will get a kiss on the cheeks from her. Denji gets excited, but recalls his conversation with Makima and changes his mind, telling her that he doesn't need a kiss and has decided who he is going to be kissing. Denji explains that he was taught that such things only feel good when you know the person, and he doesn't even know Himeno's name, so he isn't interested in a kiss from her. Himeno then approaches him and tells him that if he kills the devil, she will give him a French kiss. Denji gets super motivated and rushes in the hotel. Hirokazu goes after Denji, wanting to stop him and explaining that Himeno has been helping him and taking care of him for half a year, and he can't let some nameless rascal take her lips, and it would be better if Hirokazu gets a kiss on the cheek by her. Power and Kobeni join in Denji and Hirokazu's argument. Aki wonders if the newbies are good, and Himeno explains that Hirokazu isn't strong, but has motivation, while Kobeni is not brave, but she is strong. Aki believes that in a year, they will either die or quit. Himeno then tells Aki not to die. Sometime earlier, at the graveyard, Kishibe approaches injured Himeno and introduces her new teammate Aki. Himeno asks him if he is useful, and Aki states probably. She explains that Aki is her sixth teammate, and all previous ones died because they were garbage. She then tells Aki again not to die. The devil hunters keep looking for the devil inside the hotel. Himeno then stops and tells Aki that the devil is coming. A door then opens and a head with a hand and a foot comes out. It jumps at Kobeni, but stops midair, giving Power the opportunity to slice the head in half using a sword made of her blood, then boasts that the devil got so scared of her that it froze. But Himeno explains it was her power, as she has a contract with the ghost devil and gave him her right eye in exchange for the ability to use the devil's power, allowing her to control the devil's right hand. As the devil was not the one who ate the gun devil's piece, they proceeded towards the next floor. Power wonders if it was okay for Himeno to tell her about her ability if she intends to fight her if she ever goes wild. Himeno is fine with it, and tells Power that she still has an ace up her sleeve. Power then wonders aloud about what she will do if Himeno kills Kobeni, but Himeno then grabs her with the ghost devil and states she can kill her anytime. Power attempts to grab the devil's arm, but being the ghost devil, her hands just pass through the devil. Reaching the next floor, Hirokazu notices a blood splatter, which is the same as the one left from the death devil on the previous floor. He returns to check the number, and sees that they are still on the 8th floor instead of the 9th. He then goes downstairs, but the rest see him coming from upstairs. As Hirokazu comes from upstairs, while going downstairs, the devil hunters realize that something is wrong. Himeno asks Kobeni to make the peace sign and not move. Himeno then goes downstairs, but she also comes out from upstairs. Aki enters one of the rooms. He notices that on the other side of the window is another room. He goes into it, and then leaves through the door, but finds himself on the same 8th floor opposite of the room he just entered. Denji confirms it too, saying that the room on the other side of the windows lead to the room directly across them. Aki then realizes they are stuck on the 8th floor. They attempt many things, but in the end conclude that it must be a devil's trick. They can't leave the 8th floor by going up or down the stairs. The windows lead to the rooms across them and elevators don't work. Going through the ceiling also results in going back to 8th floor. Denji blames Power for killing the head demon as it may have sealed them before it died, but she immediately lies that he made her kill him, which Denji denies. Aki explains that can't be true as the devil's power will disappear with the death of the devil. Himeno comments that it's the first time she has seen a devil use such tricks. Hirokazu guesses that other devil hunters will come helping them, but Himeno hopes they don't end up in the same trap as them. Kobeni cries, stating they will all die. She was forced to choose between being a sex worker or devil hunter, as her family needs money to send her smart brother to university. Seeing her cry, Power starts laughing at her. Aki notices that the clocks all stopped at 8:18 and guesses the devil is able to stop time on the 8th floor, and no one will come saving them. Denji gets happy as that would mean he can sleep as much as he wants. Hirokazu calls him an idiot as they are stuck there forever. Denji retorts that it may or may not be true and to wake him up when they figure it out. After a while, Himeno wakes up Denji and tells him that while he slept, they figured that water supply and electricity are still working. They also managed to get some food left by customers who had ran away. Aki refuses to rest and keeps looking for the devil. Hirokazu was supposed to go with Aki, but he is too scared and locked himself in a room. Kobini went crazy, wanting to even drink from the toilet, and Himino had to knock her out. Power has nothing else to do, so she is only thinking about winning a Nobel Prize, and how humans will treat her as if she was a god after she wins it. She would then become a prime minister and make the consumption tax 100%. Denji reassures a tense Himino that power is always like this, so Himino relaxes. While looking after Hirokazu and Kobini, Himino lights her last cigarette. Denji notes she smokes the same brand as Aki, and Himino explains that she taught him how to smoke. At some point earlier, Himino asks Aki if he is smoking, but he denies it as it is bad for his health. Since Aki doesn't want to make friends, Himino guesses he became a devil hunter, as he wants to kill the gun devil. Thinking out loud, she says devil hunters die young, and that it doesn't matter if cigarettes harm their health. Aki announces that he won't die easy, and Himino hopes that's the case, as it's always too much trouble when a teammate dies. Later, Aki sees a woman slapping Himino, who then explains that said woman was the girlfriend of a former teammate. As those family members can't take their grief out on the devil, they usually turn on the devil hunters. Aki then goes after the woman and puts a wad of gum in her hair in retaliation, telling Himino that she should fight back when people hurt her. Himino is surprised, but starts laughing. Later, while having dinner, Himino gives a cigarette to Aki, hoping that if they are going to be teammates for a while, he would start to smoke. Aki accepts the offering, but firm in his decision about it being his only cigarette in his life. Back at the 8th floor, Aki returns to the group and asks Himino if she has a cigarette, but she tells him she is currently smoking her last one. Aki then approaches her and asks for the cigarette, so she gives it to him. Denji then blames them for an indirect kiss, but they ignore him. Aki then reveals that he has bad news: the devil they killed is getting bigger and bigger. They hear something on the hallway and come out and see the hallway is blocked by a blob of flesh with eyes, arms, and more body parts. The devil then calls them stupid humans and that it wants to have a contract with them. The devil wants to eat Denji, dead or alive, and it will let everyone else leave unharmed if it gets what it wants. Kobini then comes out of the room, holding a knife and telling Denji to let the devil eat him. She rushes at Denji, but Aki disarms her and Himino knocks her down. Aki tries using the fox devil, but can't summon him, deducing that the place is completely secluded from the outside world, since the fox devil is in Kyoto. Himino then uses her ghost devil, eating parts of the devil. The devil screams in pain about it hurting, but ends up becoming bigger. The devil states they are wasting their time as this isn't his real body, his heart isn't there, and this is only his stomach. The devil again asks them to make a contract with him. Denji guesses that it will still kill everyone, but Himino explains that as long as they abide the contract, the devil will have to do it too, and whoever breaks it first will die. Hirokazu also comes out and suggests they kill Denji, or they will die too. Aki states since the devil wants Denji dead, it must be beneficial to it somehow, so he refuses. Himino also refuses, but Power is fine with killing him, since if she can't leave, she can't win her Nobel Prize. Aki states that a fiend can't form a contract, so if she kills Denji, the devil doesn't need to keep his word. The group spends some more time thinking. Aki states that if necessary, he will use his sword, but Himino forbids him. Denji wonder why, but Himino states that if it comes to it, she will rather kill Denji than letting Aki use his sword. Hirokazu sees that all the food is gone. He sees Power chewing, but she denies it, lying that Denji ate it all. Kobini then shows up and blames Powers for being unable to leave. Hirokazu tries to calm her, but she guesses he must be a spy for being on the devil's side. Power confirms it, but Hirokazu denies being a spy. Kobini however approaches him, yelling he is a spy, scaring him. The devil outside then grows bigger and starts chasing Aki, Himino and Denji, and telling them it expands from fear. The devil states only he can kill the chainsaw devil and that he is Eternity Devil. The floor then turns 90 degrees. Hirokazu and Kobeni yell at Aki and Himino to kill Denji. Aki decides to use his sword, but Himino uses her devil on him to stop him. She explains that if he uses his sword they will get out, but the contract he made will shorten his life, so she cannot allow it. Hirokazu jumps on Denji and Kobeni attempts to stab him, but Aki manages to move and protects Denji with his body, causing himself to be stabbed. Aki yells that he doesn't care if Denji gets killed, but Denji wants to kill the gun devil too, and Aki knows he can't do it alone. Even if he has less time to live, Aki needs as many devil hunters to fight with him, and won't let Denji die. Denji asks Power if she can stop Aki's bleeding. Power explains she can control her own blood and controlling someone else's is difficult, but if Aki dies, she will lose the one who cooks for her. Assuming that Aki is going to die, Himino loses her cool and starts wondering what they will do. Kobeni says that it's not anyone's fault but Denji's, who could have avoided all this if he let the devil eat him. Denji then relents, telling them he will let the devil eat him, but he will still fight him and if he has a chance, he will kill him, so Himino shouldn't forget her promise about the kiss. Denji guesses the devil is afraid of the chainsaws, which is why it asked the other devil hunters to kill him. Remembering the devil was screaming in pain when Himino was attacking him, Denji decides to give it hell, ultimately forcing it to kill itself. Denji is annoyed that Aki saved him from getting stabbed and states that once they are out, they will be even. Denji pulls his cord and jumps towards the Eternity Devil. He fights him, slashing and cutting everything in his line of sight, but also receiving injuries from the devil, who adds that it's pointless to cut him as his heart isn't there. Power calls to him that if he keeps losing blood, his chainsaw will retract. The Eternity Devil laughs at Denji, stating that the chainsaw devil had become weaker. Due to loss of blood, Denji's chainsaw arms retract, but he bites the Eternity Devil and drinks its blood, noting that even bad-tasting blood tastes good when he sees the agony of the Eternity Devil. Seeing Denji's crazy fight, Himino recalls her conversation with Kishibe at Sahara's grave, who tells her that devils fear the devil hunters with a few screws loose. Sahara was quite sane, which is why he died. The same with Kinochi, Subaru and Sasaki. Sane people fear the devil's attack, and that fear makes the devil stronger. Kishibe asks if Aki is also sane, but Himino tells him that no sane person will try killing the gun devil. Later, Himino asks Aki if he wants to become a civilian devil hunter with her. She explains she got a good offer and they can keep their lifestyle. Aki is fine continuing to meet up, but he is not interested in being a civilian devil hunter. Himino is sure that if Aki fights the gun devil, he will die, because he is cool, gentle and normal, like everyone else. The Eternity Devil knocks Denji out and believes it won. Himino pulls his cord with the ghost devil's arm. Denji then stands up and yells that he just had an idea. If he keeps cutting him and drinking its blood, then he'll be a never-ending chainsaw machine. Seeing how crazy Denji is, Himino starts to believe he may be able to kill the gun devil. 3 days later, Denji is still fighting the Eternity Devil. Himino goes to Aki and lies with him in bed, telling him that it's over. The Eternity Devil exposes its weakness, saying it's his heart, and asks Denji to kill it as it cannot bear the pain any longer. Denji is surprised to see that the fight was already over, but slices the devil's heart and kills it. The devil hunters leave the hotel, with Denji holding a piece of the gun devil. As he feels good, he ends up falling, but Himino catches him and realizes he fell asleep. Himino states that they will take Aki and Denji to the hospital and Kobeni and Hirokazu should report to the sector. Sometime later, Himino speaks with Aki and wants to have a newbie welcome party. She explains that Division 4 have never gathered together before and they can use it to bond together. They also may be able to solve the problem of Kobeni and Hirokazu wanting to leave. Not only do they fear the devils, but they also tried to kill Denji. Aki states if they are doing dinner, it has to be this week, since he wants to invite Mikima too, who will be going on a work trip next week. Himino wonders what Denji is as the devils seem to know something about him. She also wonders why Mikima cares so much about Denji. Usually Mikima travels a lot, but lately she is staying in Tokyo. Himino wonders if it's because of Denji and if she knows his secret. Division 4 gathers for a drink. Aki notes that Fushir didn't bring his fiend, but Fushir explains to him that his fiend isn't as rational as Power. Kobeni arrives a bit late, and Mikima said she will come later. While looking at the menu, Denji recalls his promised kiss from Himino, and she tells him that she will give him one when she gets a bit more drunk. The newbies introduce themselves and Denji reveals he is 16 and loves eating and sleeping. Hirokazu reveals he is 22 years old, he has a contract with the Fox Devil and his hobby is writing haikus. Denji notes that he has the same devil contract as Aki, who explains that the Fox Devil is friendly with humans and have lots of contracts with devil hunters. Himino adds that only the handsome people can use the Fox Devil's head. Kobeni then introduces herself, being 20, but her devil contract is a secret. She also likes eating tasty food. They ask Fushir where is his newbie and Fushir reveals he died yesterday. They proceed to explain that the devils that can't be handled by the civilian devil hunters are passed to public safety, and people die easily. Himino announces that Denji won't die as he is waiting for a kiss from her. Another member explains that Himino had kissed everyone except the newbies and she will definitely kiss them too. Denji gets excited at the promise of getting a guaranteed kiss. Mikima shows up and overhears Denji, and wonders if he will be kissing anyone. Denji then denies it. Himino then wonders if he no longer wants her kiss, but Denji states he does. Denji is then torn, not wanting Mikima to see him kiss Himino, but also really wanting a French kiss from Himino. He decides to change the subject and tells Mikima that he found a gun devil's piece, but she had heard about it already. Aki adds that more devils with gun devil's pieces are appearing and one even targeted Denji. He wonders if Mikima knows something about Denji. Mikima states she will tell him, if he can outdrink her. Himino decides to join them and the three start drinking beer after beer. One of the members is impressed that Power can suppress her violent urges. Power states it's because she has a very high IQ. The member is surprised that's the reason and wonders what her IQ. Power states it's 100, but as the member says she has the same, Power then changes her IQ to be 120. The member notes that Fushir has a high IQ and he reveals it's 134. Jealous, Power then notes her IQ is 500 or 1000. Himino then turns and starts kissing Denji. He gets excited, feeling her tongue, but then feels something else. He soon realizes that Himino is throwing up in his mouth. Everyone sees them and starts to laugh. Power adds that Denji has the habit of swallowing anything with nutrition in his mouth, and in that moment Denji ends up swallowing the vomit. Denji recalls his young days while he was looking at the trash cans for food. As he eats anything he finds, he sees some rats eating some drunk guy's vomit, and laughs that it must be embarrassing to do so. Denji is vomiting in the bathroom. Hirokazu is helping him and tells him he is good at helping, because his mother got drunk each day after work. He is envious of Denji as unlike him, Hirokazu has no talent in being a devil hunter. Denji tells him to look at him as his first kiss was with vomit, and there is nothing to envy him for. After the meeting, Himino takes Denji as he is unable to walk on his own. An inebriated Himino takes Denji to her place and lays him on her bed. She then goes to take a shower and later opens a beer. She hears Denji waking up and asking for water and goes and gives him some beer with her mouth. Himino then wonders why Denji is here and if she brought him home. She guesses that Denji loves Mikima and is annoyed that Aki also loves her. She lies next to Denji and tells him they should do it. Denji wonders what she means by it, and Himino clarifies it as sex. She tells him to raise his hands and starts taking off his shirt. Denji wonders if that is really okay as his first kiss was supposed to be with Mikima, but gave it to Himino who vomited in his mouth. He wonders if he wants his first time to be taken by Himino too, but quickly decides to go forward. Himino proceeds to take off his pants but finds a Chupa Chups in his pocket. Seeing the Chupa Chups, Denji recalls a bit earlier when he wasn't feeling good right after being puked on, and Mikima told him to go outside for some fresh air. Mikima then brought him some nausea medicine. Denji shares that he had a bad first kiss, and even if he kisses a different woman now, he will be thinking of the taste of vomit. Makima pulls out the chupa chups she was licking and puts it into Denji's mouth. She tells him that he probably won't forget the taste of vomit, but he will experience all kinds of first tastes, and for example, his first indirect kiss tastes like a cola-flavored chupa chups. In the present, Himino falls asleep while Denji lies on the floor next to the bed. He looks at the chupa chups and apologizes to Pachita but states he wants to save his first time for Makima. In the morning, Himino wakes Denji up for breakfast. While they eat, she explains she doesn't remember anything from last night, and wonders if she did anything to Denji. He tells her he won't do it with a vomit lady and is saving his first time for Makima. Himino is glad, as she could have gotten arrested for doing it with a minor. After a moment, she adds that Denji is strange and most people would have felt uncomfortable and left by now. But Denji doesn't understand why he would when there is free food. Himino guesses that he loves Makima, and wonders if he will still love her even if she had a bad personality. As Denji confirms that he would, Himino decides to help set him up with her. Himino offers a secret alliance. She will help him with Makima, while Denji helps her with Aki. Denji agrees, and Himino states that from now on, they are not just senior and junior but friends. She tells him he can come for breakfast with Aki and Power, but Denji wonders if Makima would come too. Elsewhere, Makima is on the train heading to Kyoto to meet with her bosses. She doesn't really want to meet them as she finds them intimidating. A bit before Kyoto, the train enters a tunnel, and the men sitting in front of and behind Makima pull out guns and shoot her along with her assistant. The men then make a call and state they can start the operation. Denji, Himino, Aki and Power are eating at a ramen shop. Denji hears some gunshots, but Power states it was drums. A man speaks to Denji in disbelief that he can eat ramen that tastes terrible. Denji states it tastes fine to him, but the man adds that Denji can't judge the taste of food. He supposes it is understandable as Denji only ate the same thing as a child. The man adds that his grandpa was the nicest person and brought him to fancy restaurants all the time. While a yakuza, he was a necessary evil and only killed a few women and children. The man then pulls out a picture of him and his grandpa, the yakuza that hired Denji as Devil Hunter. He explains that the gun devil wants Denji's heart, and then pulls out a gun and shoots Denji in the head. He proceeds to shoot at the others, but Power punches him, and Aki summons the fox devil, eating the man. Aki then looks around and sees that Denji and Himino are injured, with Himino shot in the chest. The fox devil tells Aki that he put something monstrous in her mouth, something neither human nor devil. The man cuts open the fox devil's head and emerges, revealing a transformation similar to Denji, but with swords instead of chainsaws. Aki pulls out his sword and tells Power to stop Himino's bleeding. As the katana man stands, Aki pierces him with his sword, and a devil states 3. They start fighting, and Aki pierces him a second time, with the devil stating 2. He immediately pierces him one more time with the devil stating 1. Having had enough, the man kicks Aki away, but Aki then asks the cursed devil to kill him. The cursed devil then states 0. And appears, grabbing the man and killing him. Aki asks how Himino is, and Power states she needs to be taken to the hospital. Aki wonders how he had a gun, as only police officers and devil hunters can have guns in Japan. Before Aki can focus back on Himino, a woman suddenly shows up and deduces Aki's ability with the cursed devil. Aki wonders where she came from and if she is an ally to that man. The woman places her hand on Katana Man and makes him stand up. The woman questions why he lost, and Katana Man states he let his guard down. She then tells him to go and kill Aki. Katana Man then takes a stance and, in an instant, moves past Aki, slashing him. Aki falls to his knees but is still alive, so the woman tells Katana Man to finish him off. Himino tells Power to help Aki, but Power refuses as she couldn't even see Katana Man's attack. Himino calls the ghost devil, but the devil tells her that the woman is scary. Himino spits some blood, guessing that this is her end, and offers to give all of herself to the ghost devil if she can use all of its power. The ghost devil accepts and fully appears, then engages Katana Man in a fight. Himeno states that the devil hunters get used to death and stop crying, but Aki always cries when his newbies die, and it must be a good feeling to have someone care and cry for you. As the fight continues, Himeno loses her arms, but the ghost devil overpowers Katana Man. Himeno tells Aki not to die and hopes he can cry for her when she dies. Katana Man asks for help, and the woman summons the snake devil, which bites off the ghost devil's head. The ghost devil is defeated, and Aki turns towards Himeno but sees that only her clothes remain.